What's up, guys? Punchy here to apologize actually for the lack of videos coming out. The video about to watch was actually recorded not too long after the last episode. Well, last time I uploaded the last episode. But computer troubles happened and got too busy to fix them. But I was a fool because Windows 10 sucks, trying to upgrade it. Then game video footage happened, or problems happened. Just want to say sorry, guys. Hope you guys enjoy this video. We are about to hear about Osama's cursing. It'll be great. Also, sorry about the Donut Day comment that already happened. Ugh. Enjoy the video. What's up, everyone? This is Punch. Ow! A tree. Now my hand hurts. And welcome back to Higurashi When They Cry. Compared to the 2 episodes ago, last episode was I don't know. I guess when Mian revealed herself and we saw that Shion and Mian were actually 2 different people. It's a little hard to top that until the scary stuff happens, I suppose. Anyway, we are helping setting up the festival, which is nice for being on the community side for a change. And we just met Mian after helping out all the old folks. Pachi-chan, working hard, I see. I passed by Mian. She was carrying a big cardboard box. It looked like she was right in the middle of working as well. Judging by the sweat seeping into her shirt, it seemed I wasn't the only one with his hands full. Yeah, I'm working my ass off. You work hard too. The beer's gonna be great. We worked to the bone until the sun began to set and started cooling off. Alright. End of the day. I feel like I should just end it. Oh, this looks nice. Little bit of a different setting and lighting. It was soon a full-fledged night, and the clear sound of the Higurashi eased the moderate pain I felt. The older guys began their night before drinking party in a tent, a fair bit off, causing quite a ruckus. The shrine grounds, on the other hand, had turned into a lonely road, tickled by the cool evening breeze, despite being so festive just a little while ago. The wind felt good. I leaned on one of the stone guardian dogs at the front of the shrine. I gave my legs a good stretch as I let my mind wander, and suddenly a paper cup filled with barley tea was thrust before me. There's that dog in the very middle of the screen. Punchy-chan, great work. Here's some tea for you. You're so considerate. Thanks, meat. Her voice sounded exactly the same, but it felt somehow different. Wait, you're... There she is. Heya, it's Shion. Don't go giving Mian all the credit. She isn't considered at all. Don't get confused, okay? It's not that bad. Shion, you little... Now that I've caught you, you're not getting away. It was your mistake, Punchy-chan. I've never said I was anyone other than Shion. I guess I can't argue with that. Hehe. That's right. You're no match for my older sister, so I can't let you be a match for me either. That's true. I guess this is how Mian normally treats us. So I guess I have to be fair. Just, I don't know. Mian always seems so down now. Don't really... I just feel bad. Anyway, her tea. It's going to get warm. Come on. Please cheer up. I'm trying to make it up to you with this tea. Well, she did come all the way here to give it to me. I guess I'll accept it. I took the cup and downed it one gulp. Oh, is there a needle inside? And then suddenly, oh my god, there's a needle inside. No. I heard a loud shout and it got stuck in my throat. Which one is it this time? Is it the real Mian? Shion! Why are you hanging out with Punchy-chan again? Because, unlike you, I'm very considerate. Punchy-chan was so sweaty. I couldn't leave him alone, so I brought him some tea. By the way, why are you holding 2 cups of tea? Mian's face went bright red. He tried to hide the paper cups behind her back. Oh. Well, this is... There's no way. There's no way you, such a rough, timid, good sister of mine, would ever briskly bring a male classmate tea, is there? Like, even if she was a guy, is it that, like, inconsiderate? I don't think she would be, even if Mian was a guy, I don't think she would be that, inconsiderate. There's nothing wrong with getting someone tea. So what are they? What are those 2 cups of tea? These are, well, right. I was just so thirsty. I figured I'd drink 2. That's so like you. Come on, chug, chug. As Shion cheered at her, Mian downed both the cups of tea, one after the other. Oh, poor Mian. What a fabulous drink that was. I expected nothing less from you. Punchy-chan, you give her a hand too. Wait. Suddenly, the situation has gotten unbelievable. Mian doesn't usually get manipulated so easily like that. That's true, and I assume she was just, like, embarrassed, but... This side of Mian's weird, dude. I don't know. I guess because we've associated that kind of behavior with Shion so much, it's just really weird. I've known for a while now, but Shion is terrifying. Mian, you can't hold your own against Shion? I hate her! And lately I hate her even more! Oh shit. Just then, I heard the snap of a camera shutter. Oh! Is it Mr. Yes, it is. Oh, he's less buff in this version. That's alright. Still looks good. And his friend. Good evening. The festival is coming up tomorrow. I wonder what his voice sounded like. Thanks for all your hard work setting up today. Good evening. Oh, Shion-chan? It's quite unusual for you to come here. Oh hey, it's Tomitake and Takano-san. Tomitake, yeah, buddy. He was like one of our only allies, I guess. Back there in the chapter 1. Good evening. It's been a while, hasn't it? So, you're the transfer student I've been hearing about, Punchy Mirabao-kun, right? You really did a bang-up job today. I'm impressed. I feel like I've seen this photographer guy before. Yes, we have. Have we met before? Yes, in chapter 1. Oh, wait, really? They actually met before? I'm glad you remembered. We passed many times on the road, Punchy-kun. I'm Tomitake. I'm a freelancing photographer from Tokyo. Then, do you recognize me? Yeah, you died before. I'm sorry, but I don't. She's Mio Takano-san. Do you remember when you were at the doctor's office? When you still had a cold, Punchy-chan? Mio-san is one of the nurses who works there. Call me Takano. I'm pleased to meet you. I wonder if she squeezed over them, like in the shrine storeroom. That's very thoughtful of you. Tomitake-san seemed to be quite entertained at the Sonozaki twins being in the same place, and he took picture after picture. I've heard about them, but this is the first time I've actually seen a pair of identical twins. You really do look exactly alike. We're not just alike on the outside. See, our underwear matches too. God, you idiot! What the heck are you doing? Things have never been as lively as when the two of them are together. I thought they were exactly the same as first. That's what I did too. I mean, that's why it was 2 peas in a pod from my last video. But I've started to get a handle on which one is which. Mian seems like the stronger. I mean, Shion seems like the stronger one, stronger personality-wise. Mian is Mian, and Shion, well, she seems a far better actor than Mian was. times. In the first place, somebody that could spurn me in so easily wouldn't have shown such weakness to those lard buckets at Angel Mart. If that was the case, then that cowardly behavior from that day was all complete act. I guess the true Shion that we should think about is the one when she saved Punchy? Yes. They were even more alike when they were little. I hear even their parents had a hard time telling which was which. That's really easy to imagine. I totally understand what they must have gone through. Takano gave me a kind of odd look, but explaining would have been a pain, so I didn't bother. Tomitake, are you going straight back to Tokyo after you get your pictures of the festival? Yep, though I'd rather just stay here forever. See the adult things, that's all. I hope your photos win a fabulous prize soon. I've been praying for it. Thanks. Next time I come, I'll bring the pictures I took of you all today. If you survive this summer. Mirabara-kun, you did a lot of work today. You must be tired from all the physical labor you're not used to. Well, that's mean. Huh? Well, I'm pretty tired, but it was still pretty fun. Ah, youth, I'm so jealous. Actually, I'm not too old, but I'm getting up there in years, but I'm old enough for where if I did this kind of job, I'd probably be sore the next day. And that makes me so sad. Takano-san smiled with the adult elegance that no one in my circle of friends possessed. But when it caught her hair, she gives off an intelligent beauty. Oh, this guy. Oh, why? Hello, everyone. It seemed like our merry crowd was standing out. This time, an overweight older man addressed us. And again, it was someone I thought I knew. If I recall correctly, he's a policeman, isn't he? Oh, Oyashira-sama. Good evening. Doing a preliminary security inspection for tomorrow? Nah, something like that. Oh, I was like, nah. Oh, if it isn't Tomitake-san. It's certainly been a while. I'm honored you remembered my name. You really do love Hinamizawa, don't you? The apartments around here are far cheaper than the ones in Tokyo. You should just move here and get it over with. I know a realtor I can introduce you to. I appreciate the thought. I'd very much like to follow up on that. Alright everyone, have a good year. And Happy New Year to the Zonozaki twins too. Happy New Year, Detective Oishi. We appreciate your work. We'd like to end this year festival with the least amount of inconvenience, but I don't know. Given her attitude last time, towards him, I feel like she's just kind of creepy to me now, if I'm honest. That's pretty strict on me. Detective Oishi left us with a low laugh and headed off to talk to some police officers standing a ways away. It gave me a glance and saw her making an annoyed face, as if she were glaring bullets at someone she hated. Which one was it? Yeah, it'd be nice if the police didn't have to do anything during Watanagashi this year. Uh-oh. You like this place too, don't you? Oh, you mean to say you dislike it, Jiro-san? I quite enjoy such fantastic stories, you know. Especially with the times being so dry and uninteresting. No, here we go, guys. I think I'd rather have dry and uninteresting than this. The curse of Oyashira-sama, you mean? Curse? Tomitake-san used a troubling word. Then suddenly, someone tugged at my arm. Punchy-chan, I'm pretty hungry. Want to go to the tent with the drinks and have some candies and sweets? Trying to avoid. We know this time, man. I'm up for that. I've gotten a little hungry as well. Okay, let's go. A moment later, she said something to Takano and Tomitake that stung my ears and gave me a start. What'd you say? Oh, God. I'm a little speechless. just thinking about last time, and it's happening again. But this is what I wanted, right? I wonder who will die and who will disappear this year. I pulled back from Mion's grip and stopped abruptly. Shion. What did she just say? Silence. It felt like the air around us dried out all of a sudden. Let's go, Punchy-chan. They're talking about something silly anyway. You still haven't told Punchy-chan? I make it a point not to spread stories like that. Shion's cold and quiet tone and Mion's harsh voice were quite the contrast. I can see why they don't like each other. Hey, wait, hold on. What are you talking about? If you know something, then tell me. It doesn't feel right to be the only one left out, you know? I don't understand this. Someone explained it to me. However, Mion didn't seem to be all willing to grant my request. She squeezed my hand in hers a bit. When she realized I would hold my ground on this topic, she let go. I'm gonna go to the drinking tent first then. If you don't come soon, Punchy-chan, there won't be any left for you. I get it already. I'll be there soon. Mion left, trotting towards a particularly noisy tent on the other side of the shrine grounds. Before she got there, she stopped and turned back around. I showed no signs of going after her, though, so she ran off. I feel bad for Mion. I could tell if you haven't heard, I suppose, but it might be smarter not to ask and go with her to eat dessert. Yeah. See, Tomotaki-san, even in Chapter 2, has got our back. He's telling us to just drop this, Punchy, let's just go back, enjoy the festival without knowing this. Hey now, you've already gotten my full attention here. I'm not going to leave without asking at this point. I think Punchy-chan has a right to hear this too. My sister was just stealing that from you. Shion's voice was bristling with thorns, as if somehow blaming Mion. I don't know. She, after figuring out that she was such a good actor, and she tricked us, and she's just I don't know, always goes, so hard against Mion. I don't know. I feel weird about her, but it kind of feels like she's on our side, you know? If she was with us last time, in Chapter 1, I mean, I don't know how it would turn out, but I feel like we would have had at least another ally, maybe? What on earth are you talking about? I don't really like people acting so self-important. Takano-san, realizing how prepared I was, looked across the group. After confirming there were no objections, she opened her mouth. Do you believe in curses, Mirabara-kun? Oh, I shouldn't have waited till 11 o'clock-ish to record this today. Curses? I think they're interesting, but I don't really... I felt their cynical stares and winced. It was like they were telling me it was stranger not to believe in curses. You're not wrong, Punchy-chan. Curses are just superstition. It's only natural that you wouldn't believe in them. Besides, you can take all the curses you need to decide... Wait, what? Besides, you can take all the time you need to decide whether to believe in curses after you've heard us through, said Takano-san, giving a little smile. They're trying to scare me. At least, that's what it feels like. Alright, I'll start. Punchy-kun, do you know about the Higurashi Dam project? Oh yeah, the other day at Angel Mort, Shion, or Mion rather, told me all about it. You mean the plan for the giant dam that would flood all the Higurashi, right? That's right. Residents of the town banded together to fight it, and a fierce battle with the government unfolded. I've heard that too. The entire village united, using all the power at their disposal, mass media, political influence, and other things, and fought the country. The way Mion described it, it made it sound like a boast. Oh, you know quite a bit about it. Yes, you're right. It's practically an epic tale, how just 1,000 or so villagers banded together and rejected the government's plans. That is impressive, quite honestly. Did you hear this from my sister? She likes those kind of epics, you know? Yeah, she told me. There was, however, an office for the Higurashi residents' opposition faction. It was this shrine. Alright, the Furuta Shrine. You know the assembly hall? That's where it used to be. Now that the whole thing is over, the senior citizens just use it for group activities. All the time though. Oh, at the time though, it was their last bastion. Takano-san explained this, pointing a finger towards the assembly hall. I had been carrying things in and out of there all day. I mean, I would understand if they put an office like that in the mayor's house or something, but having an office on shrine grounds made it feel kind of like a base camp for Sengoku period warriors. That was basically the mindset though. Placing the main forces in the shrine dedicated to Oyashira-sama, Hinamizawa's guardian deity, was like a prayer for victory. Oyashira-sama. That was definitely it. They mentioned Oyashira-sama's curse before. Is it the same Oyashira-sama? Do you know about Oyashira-sama, Panchi-kun? It's the name of the god worshipped at this shrine. It's said that he protects all of Hinamizawa. Well, I don't really know much about him. I see. I think Takano-san knows more about the rest. Tag, hear it. Oh, God, the music. Well, that generally is the whole story. Oyashira-sama is the ancient god passed down in Hinamizawa, and the villagers say he has been protecting this sanctuary from the poisons of the outside world. So essentially, he's a basic, standard guardian deity. I guess you can find that sort of god anywhere you go. There's research into whether worshipping Oyashira-sama is a manifestation of a kind of elitism too. What I mean is that the worshippers might think of themselves as chosen people. Yep, they definitely do. Believing yourself chosen, a nationalistic belief that you are part of a superior race, or that you're a special clan chosen by the gods. They believe that they're a superior clan, so they believe strongly in cooperating with others, but they also end up being exclusionary towards other clans. I won't get into too much detail, but that's the sort of national and religious ideas that led to war. Of course, that goes for Japan too. A long time ago, the people of Hinamizawa strongly believed themselves different from humans, that they were above them. They believed that interaction with the lower world would sully their souls. Filthy mudbloods. So everyone believed that if one from the lower world came to the village, they would be sullied and suffer the wrath of Oyashira-sama. Apparently that kept everyone away. Villages that hate outsiders come up all the time in Kendaichi novels. This was once a run-of-the-mill village of xenophobes. Well, they'll deny it to preserve their pride. It was all a long time ago after all. Things are different now. Shion followed up quickly, having sensed the thorns in Tomitake-san's words. Tomitake-san, embarrassed at what he said, scratched at his head. So this shrine worships Oyashira-sama, thinks of Hinamizawa as holy ground, and it's a symbol of their traditional hatred for the outside world. I get it. So that's why they chose the shrine of Hinamizawa's guardian spirit as the base of operations, to resist the sullied dam construction project that came from outside. Correct? Smiled Takano, pleased. She must dislike stupid people. Well, superstition, every last bit of it. The villagers gave everything desperate to oppose the dam construction, and right in the midst of it, an incident drove home the finishing blow. Oyashira-sama's curse. The person managing the construction site of the Hinamizawa— Oh god! Fuck this music, Jesus. Construction site of the Hinamizawa Dam was murdered. 4 years ago, I believe. It took the newspapers by storm. Do you remember it? No, not really. He had a fight with a subordinate and was beaten to death with a pickaxe. His limbs and head were torn off and the remains disposed of. One of those dismemberment homicides. They were all the rage at one point. Such a gruesome incident. But it was just that, an incident. A person caused the incident after all. Should they really put it down to the curse? Then, the following year, the man who had organized Hinamizawa's group of dam proponents, he fell from a cliff while on vacation and died. Apparently it was just an accident. Of course, most of Hinamizawa was hostile towards him. The police were all over the case as if it were a homicide, but in the end, it was judged to have been an accident. Now it's an accident. This is the most curse-like one, but it's still far-fetched. And then on the next year, this time, the priest of this shrine contracted an unknown illness and suddenly died. So, Rika-chan's parents, actually. This may sound a little rude, but the old priest was kind of a wait-and-see type. The whole village was in an uproar about the dam, but he kind of didn't seem to want to bother. The shrine was the symbol of the opposition movement, and its priest, well, his attitude works against him. The villagers at the time had hoped for a leader, but their hopes were betrayed. Some people were apparently pretty angry too. So at the time, all the older people were like, "This is Oyashira-sama's curse." That's what they said. It did seem like every year, dam-related people the village had resentment towards were dying. It was pretty creepy. It's very creepy. Oh, and also, it's interesting. All these incidents and accidents always happened on the night of the Watsunagashi festival. Boom, boom, boom. What? See? Starting to sound like a curse now, isn't it? Oh god, I'm getting goosebumps. Then the year after that, in other words, last year, the sister-in-law of the man who was the leader of the dam proponents, the one who accidentally died, was discovered dead, having been beaten to death. Of course, they caught that criminal. See? Really seems like a curse, huh? 4 years in a row. Each one of the incidents and accidents were relatively commonplace, but every single one of them happening on the night of the festival worshipping Oyashira-sama? That's not normal. Another thing about this place is normal, Punchy. The old folks have been blindly accepting Oyashira-sama's curse because of the incidents these past few years. Even younger people too. At first they thought it was stupid, but now nobody makes fun of it. Yeah, I can see where she's coming from. Even me. Even if I didn't think there was a curse at all, thinking about all the incidents like this makes me feel like maybe it's real? For example, just look at the preparations for the festival you were doing today. Everything might have gone crazy during the battle against the dam, but just a few years ago, the Watsunagashi festival was never this well attended. Well, I guess you're right. If we didn't have Oyashira-sama to talk about, we wouldn't all be coming to the festival like this, huh? There's a lot of people who say that infidels might be punished, so they really need to go to Oyashira-sama's festival. Shion nodded, as if she were mocking herself. So how about now? Punchy-kun, you're starting to get the feeling that maybe, just maybe, the curse is real, aren't you? I mean, you can't just laugh off people related to the dam construction project all dying like that. If even I feel like this now, then the more superstitious members of the village must feel stronger than that. I feel it. Well, I mean, I still don't think there's a curse. I can understand those that believe there is, though. Wow, Punchy-chan. You can really keep a cool head about this. Shion grinned, realizing I'd rejected the curse. So she doesn't believe in it? If it's neither a curse nor a coincidence, then what should we make of these incidents? Takano said, smiling playfully, as if posing a riddle. Neither a curse nor a coincidence, but every year someone dies. What should we make of that then? Tomitake-san, catching on to the fact that I had no idea what to make of it, opened his mouth and came to my aid. Takano-san is suggesting that it might be the work of real people. Eh? Simple process of elimination would have gotten me there. I was a little taken aback at not having realized the answer immediately. Well, think about it. If it's neither a curse nor a coincidence, the people must be willing to carry it out. It's the only explanation, right? Well, I guess we know that it's people, judging how we were attacked last chapter, but I don't know. I mean, I would talk it down to, like, superstition and their strong beliefs, but hey, could be anything, right? Pressed Takano-san, I smiled bitterly in spite of myself. Here it was just a few minutes ago, thinking that the very concept of a curse was absolutely absurd. When she suggested it was someone's doing, I ended up thinking, there wasn't any way it could be a person. But Takano-san was right. It was either a curse, or it was a person's doing. If unrealistic things like curses don't exist, then the obvious next step would be to start thinking it was people behind it. But if that was the case, I glanced at Shion. Don't give me that smile. If the culprit is a person, then it had to be someone from Hinamazawa. That's what the police officer Oyashira-sama thinks right now too. Hey, wait. That can't be. I thought I now knew the reason Mian didn't want to talk about this. If Oyashira-sama's curse really existed, then that's fine. It would be divine judgment for the dam project business. However, if Oyashira-sama's curse didn't exist, which it obviously didn't, then the culprit would most likely be from someone from Hinamazawa. The villagers had worked desperately to oppose the dam construction project. I knew they'd have all sorts of methods to fight against it. If one of those methods was... maybe... people whisper that Oyashira-sama's curse could be the doing of a secret group in the dam resistance movement. Shion dryly put words into my exact thoughts. Of course, I didn't expect it. She was from Hinamazawa, so I didn't think she'd come out and say it herself. I mean, but she does feel different than everyone else. If you calm down and think about it, anyone would come to the same conclusion. There wouldn't be a motive for anyone, but people who benefit from opposing the dam project, right? I guess that's true. Admitting to the existence of a darker side of the dam conflict would be rude to Mian, who spoke so highly of it. So I couldn't just accept Shion's seemingly logical viewpoint. One more thing, the police probably don't know this. There's proof that someone from Hinamazawa committed these crimes, and the people of Hinamazawa know it. What? Shion rebukes me to keep my voice down. Sorry, but this proof, what is it? The fact that one person dies and one more person disappears. One more person disappears? Did that mean that someone besides the one who died from the curse was a sacrifice? What do you mean by disappeared? They just vanish and you never see them again? That's right. Suddenly, and without a trace. I like that show. As she spoke, Shion pretended to do a trick with her hands, like she were making a magician's hat disappear. One dies, a mysterious death, and the one disappears, never to be seen again. A strange vanishing act. But then why? How does that equate to someone from Hinamazawa being a culprit? Or the culprit? Well, actually, Hinamazawa has this really old legend. It's about how people offer sacrifices to Oyashira-sama to calm his wrath. Sacrifices? Yes. They say they used to wrap a living person in a bamboo mat and let them slowly sink down into a bottomless swamp. Takano-san, though explaining something pretty terrible, has a look of glee on her face as she did so. Yeah, she's a little too into this. As far as I can glean from the literature, it actually took 3 days and 3 nights for them to sink. See? Even people a long time ago like symbolism. As the body sunk, Oyashira-sama's anger would be quelled. Both were submerged to the deep. Hee. Ooh, don't laugh, Jesus Christ. Takano-san was the only one laughing at this. Was she telling a joke or something? Shion didn't move to deny it, but I felt a difference in temperature between her cool expression and Takano-san's. This whole conversation, well, I think you can imagine after hearing it, but it's the secret history of Hinamazawa. Everyone who has been in Hinamazawa for a long time knows it, but they don't talk about it. Takano-san's not from around here, but she knows quite a lot. She really likes local history, folk legends, stuff like that. She learned about it all by herself too. Who told you? I'm really not all that amazing. Just curious, that's all. Oh, you poor souls. Like a child. I just want to see scary things for the fun of it. Oh, you'll see it. Tomitake-san laughed, a little bit embarrassed. Wait a minute. What does this mean? The other person who disappears during the incidents, you're saying they're offered as a sacrifice? Yeah. Shion answered one word before anyone else can speak. Someone dies, and someone disappears, but dies. Well, whether they actually get sacrificed or not is a different issue. But every time something happened in the past, one person died and one other person disappeared. For example, the first one, where the dam site manager was killed, apparently one of the people responsible for that hasn't been arrested. Couldn't that just mean he managed to get away? I don't see why we should treat him as a sacrifice. Well, that's basically what I think too. There was also the year after that with the leader of the dam proponents. You said he fell from a cliff and died while on vacation, right? Apparently, his wife fell as well. The police investigated fervently, but they were never able to find the wife's corpse. The river under the cliff was actually pretty high at the time, though. She could have just been buried under the sand at the bottom of some lake downstream or something. The perpetrator of a dismemberment like that wouldn't want to be caught, so they'd be desperate to run away and hide too. I thought I'd heard about cases where the corpse wouldn't surface after the person drowned in a swelled river like that. She vanished because of an unfortunate accident, but I still didn't see the connection to sacrifices. If we took each of the past incidents in turn, none of the disappearance evoked that terrifying of an image. The year after that, with the priest suddenly falling ill and dying, is much clearer. His wife left a suicide note. They found it in their house the night the priest died. It said something along the lines of quelling Oyashira-sama's wrath through her death. The curse. It seemed to turn up in this one too. Well, we may never know the truth of the matter. The swamp the wife drowned herself in was the giant boundless one Takano mentioned before. The police investigated it, but all they could find were several of her possessions. They never found the corpse. The police suspected it was a fake suicide, and they're still investigating it now. Someone dies every year in the same way. Someone goes missing every year. Is she trying to tell me that everyone who vanished was kidnapped by some extremely efficient means and dumped into the bottomless swamp, still alive and drowned to death? But a curse? That's unbelievable in its own right. And the next year, what was it? The dam proponent's sister-in-law? She was killed. In the same way someone disappeared. It was a boy around my age named Satoshi Hojo. Oh no, Satoshi! He's the nephew by marriage of the woman killed. Shion cut in with a slightly strong tone of voice. She and the boy disappeared pretty well. At least the vibe I was getting. Maybe that's why. She's so against it. So against Hinazawa. But so for us, I guess. That about sums everything up. And that's where we will have to cut it. This is getting a little long. But I mean, 7 minutes over half an hour that I usually try to make it, that's alright. So, we're here for the festival, finding out about Oyashira-sama and such, or Osama, because I had trouble saying it before, right? Oof. Well, if it's like the other ones, then we know these two are gonna die, which is sad. Although Takano-san, I mean, I like horror stories too, but she kind of freaks me out. Like, if I talk about horror stories, I don't like say gleefully or anything, but I suppose she, I don't know, I have no defense for her, quite honestly. Tomitake, love the guy. Love him. He's my dude. Right? Like last time he was essentially one of my only, not from Hinazawa pals. And he understood, I guess. And then we have Shion now, who I'm assuming knew, I forgot his name, the other guy, the one who disappeared last year. I think it was last year. So, and we look like him apparently, judging from what happened in the last chapter, so maybe that's why she's so keen on being like on our side and so against Hinazawa. So this will be really interesting. Like how would it have happened in the last chapter if we had Shion, and stuff like that. Weirdly though, and wasn't Shion also cold towards Oyashira-san? Like, I mean, if she's against it, then you'd think that she would be helping out, but I don't know. Oyashira-san's a little, I don't know, obnoxious, I guess. Well, guys, thanks for listening for this extra long video, but that's okay. Considering I don't upload every day like I used to, it's fine with me, really. It's just about the upload times and everything. Anyway, I hope you guys have a good weekend. It's gonna be Friday in about 40 minutes. Friday is donut day. Go out there, get yourself a donut if you can eat donuts. Unless you're on like a special diet, then I'm sorry. That's why you don't want a donut anyway. They're bad for you. But to everyone who can't eat donuts, go out and get one. Good stuff. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time when more scary shit pops up. Have a good one. Bye bye. Ow.